dish that I'll be making today is pho. Pho is a traditional Vietnamese dish that almost every Vietnamese family probably has a recipe for. The reason I'm making this dish is a few months ago I went over a friend of mine's house, and he is Vietnamese, and his mother was making pho. I didn't know what it was, I've never heard of it before, but it looked and smelled delicious, and oh my god, was it delicious. I learned a lot from doing research on pho. I learned from the French, when the French colonized Vietnam. I learned that the Chinese may have sold it in Hanoi, and that's how it came to be. I learned how to make rice noodles, and I also learned some etiquette behind it. There's a lot to know about pho. Why don't I just show you how to make it?
First, start your pho by taking 2 large onions and cutting them in half. The next thing you're going to want to do is take a large piece of ginger and cut it into 5 slices.
Someone to love me. Oh, I need someone to love me. Oh, I need someone to love me.
Next, put your onions and ginger on a large baking sheet and set the oven to broil. Put your calf bones in the pot and fill the pot up with water until it covers the calf bones. Set the oven on high heat and wait for the water to boil. Flip your onion and ginger over, but be careful because you might actually burn your hand off.
A few moments later.
Put your anise on a pan and set it to high heat for a couple minutes. This will really bring the flavor out. Take the outer shells of the onions off until there are no brown or black spots left.
If it wasn't for you, things that you do, I would be away.
your boiled calf bones into a colander and rinse each one. After you rinse each one, remember to clean the pot. This is where you'll be making your pho broth. Add your calf bones, onion, ginger, and anise to the now clean pot. Next, take a measuring cup and measure 4 quarts of water and place it into a pot. 4 quarts is equal to about 8 cups. Put your stove on high and wait for the broth to boil. Take half a cup of fish sauce and 2 tablespoons of salt and dump it into your broth. Once the broth is boiling, set it to simmer for 6 hours.
One eternity later.
Take a medium pot and fill it halfway with water. Then put it on the stove on high heat and wait for it to boil. Soak your dried rice noodles for about 5 to 10 minutes. Cut your cilantro, green onion, basil, and lime into small chunks and put it on a plate. Take a skimmer and take the bones, onions, ginger, and any remaining fat out so the broth is just a liquid. At this point, the water in your medium pot should be boiling. Take your dried rice noodles and place them into the pot
and wait for them to have a soft consistency. Once the noodles are soft, dump them into a colander, then back into the pot. Finally, your pho is ready to be eaten. Put the noodles in first, followed by the meat. Then add your broth so it can cook the meat. After you add your broth, add your cilantro, green onions, basil, and lime. Then add a little bit more broth and enjoy.
I learned a lot about myself while making this dish. I learned that maybe I need to follow directions a little bit better in order to come out perfect. It was definitely fun, it was definitely challenging, it was definitely exciting. I think the most challenging thing about making pho is just waiting for it to be done. Most meals you cook are done in up to like 2 hours. This took almost 7 hours to complete, and I was really hungry, and I got a little impatient at points. I think the most exciting part is when you're finally putting your final toppings on, like your cilantro, and it just looks delicious, and you just feel like a sense of pride, like, wow, I made this dish, and I'm happy with the outcome. Speaking of the final product, I like the way it came out, but I think it could have come out a little bit better. I realized while doing this that I had a video up that showed how to make pho, and I had the recipe, but the recipe and the video did not go hand in hand. They had different measurements, and I kind of took from both. And I think that's the reason why it may have not came out the way I wanted it to. The broth was supposed to come out clear, and it definitely wasn't. It was a little salty, but overall it tasted good. The meat was wonderful. The noodles were perfect. It was overall a great dish, and I would definitely make this again. If I were to repeat it, I would stick to the original recipe and follow it, keep a close eye on it, and just hope it comes out that much better. Based on this project, I definitely consider myself a maker, but I realized something while making it. I think everyone is a maker. Whether you're making decisions, you're making a recipe, you're making a dollhouse, you're making cookies, you're making an outfit, you're doing anything, you're making something every day. And to me that means that knowledge is endless. You can make something every day. You can make a recipe. You can make a dollhouse. You can make something. And I think we're in such a great position we're allowed to make these things. And I'd never want to take that for granted, and I will continue to make things. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.